You are the oldest president ever.
Pretty good shape, huh?
Which leads to my next question. You are more aware of this than anyone. Some people ask whether you are fit for the job. And when you hear that, I wonder what you think.
Watch me.
Joe Biden says, watch me. So that's what we're going to do in this episode. We're going to watch some of the things that he's done in the last 2 years. Hey guys, my name is Jason Wesley, and this is not a podcast. Watch me? Okay, the first thing I think of is the Shriners Children's Hospital commercials.
Watch me. Watch me take the stage. Watch me. Watch my first step.
But that's the thing, Joe. We have watched you. We watched you fall upstairs. We watched you fall off your bike. We watched you fall asleep at the UN Climate Change Summit.
It appears that perhaps he was dozing, and in these settings, cameras are all around, and the camera caught President Biden, who turned 79 later this month, with his eyes closed for a period of time. And you're right, these can be embarrassing situations. You have the contrast of leaders, including President Biden, calling for the urgency of these issues of addressing climate.
We watched you turn and try to shake no one's hand. Then the mainstream media and also Democrats like Stacey Abrams tried to cover for you, but we Americans saw you.
Biden had a vision. He has talked about what that vision looks like.
He forgot it, though.
No.
His Alzheimer's kicked in. He did. You ain't see him? He was talking the other day. He turned around and with nobody back there. He was like, well, I'll be there.
We watched you say your son, Hunter Biden, was the smartest person you knew.
We have great confidence in our son. I am not concerned about any accusations been made against him. It's used to get to me. I think it's kind of foul play, but look, it is what it is, and he's a grown man. He is the smartest man I know. I mean, for the pure intellectual capacity.
Even though allegedly he has child porn on his laptop, funnels money to you via Ukraine and China, and also is arguing with Russian prostitutes while weighing his crack cocaine.
I just weighed out the bag. It's 2.06.
2.07 without the bag.
So how long is
2.0.
You've got child pornography on that place, on that hard drive that the FBI had.
Yeah,
we've
heard the allegations.
Delaware police reported. I brought it to them.
Yeah,
I brought it to them. I showed them the pictures of the young girl with no clothes on. They didn't do a damn thing about it because the Bidens can get away with child pornography.
We saw how you responded to Afghans falling off of airplanes trying to leave the country that you gave back to the Taliban.
We've all seen the pictures. We've seen those hundreds of people packed into a C-17. We've seen Afghans falling.
That was 4 days ago, 5 days ago.
And we saw your response when you ordered a strike and called it over the horizon.
We can strike terrorists and targets without American boots on the ground, or very few if needed. We've shown that capacity just in the last week. We struck ISIS-K remotely, days after they murdered 13 of our service members and dozens of innocent Afghans.
But that drone actually targeted and killed an Afghan aid worker and over 7 children in a van.
This strike was taken in the earnest belief that it would prevent an imminent threat to our forces and the evacuees at the airport. But it was a mistake, and I offer my sincere apology.
Instead of taking out terrorists, however, the U.S. Hellfire missile killed 10 members of the Ahmadi family, including Amal Ahmadi's 3-year-old daughter, Malika.
Then after the media swept it under the rug, finally the terrible Secretary of Defense, Lloyd Austin, finally admits you ordered the killing of innocent children.
Friday, Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin officially cleared Mr. Ahmadi's name, saying he had no connections to ISIS-K and that his activities were completely harmless. Austin has ordered a review of the investigation into the drone strike, saying in a written statement that the purpose is to, quote, consider the degree to which the investigation considered all available context and information, the degree to which accountability measures need to be taken and at what level, and the degree to which strike authorities, procedures, and processes need to be altered in the future.
We watched you claim that inflation was transitory.
Experts believe, and the data shows, that most of the price increases we've seen were expected and are expected to be temporary. There's nobody suggesting there's unchecked inflation on the way. No serious economist. I want every American to know that I'm taking inflation very seriously, and it's my top domestic priority.
And when we found out it wasn't transitory, your Treasury Secretary, Janet Yellen, was forced to admit that y'all were wrong.
Is there a risk of inflation? I think there's a small risk, and I think it's manageable. I believe it's transitory, but I don't mean to suggest that these pressures will disappear in the next month or two. I think I was wrong then about the path that inflation would take.
Now, I'm not going to get into the amount of fentanyl crossing the southern border being the top cause of overdose deaths in the U.S., but we saw your spokesperson tell us that the border was secure.
We agree that the border is secure, but there is still more work to be done.
We saw your vice president also say that the border was secure.
The border is secure.
We're going to have 2 million people cross this border for the first time ever. You're confident this border is secure?
We have a secure border in that is a priority for any nation, including ours and our administration.
And then when we actually asked illegal immigrants whether they thought the border was open, this is what they had to say.
Vice President Harris said that the border is closed. Is the border closed? Do you believe that the border is closed, or is it open?
It's open, not closed. The border is open.
The border is open. Do you believe that all the migrants believe that the border is open?
Yeah, everybody believes that the border is open. It's open because we enter, we come in, free. No problem.
But it's open for you to come illegally, right?
Illegally, yes, illegally. That's true.
And you came illegally?
Yeah, we came illegally, not legal.
And then when we asked your spokesperson about this, she really didn't have anything to say, to a point where she almost stuttered.
To do just that, to make sure that, to make sure that the folks that we encounter at the border be removed.
Ever had dreams that you could?
So yes, we have watched you.
How about that? How about that?
Will you be my